Give me your 22 cents.
I think we did pretty good. I think we got a bunch of Tugunskas and Strellas with our Mavericks. We didn't really see any sort of radar SAMs.
I have
A couple of
tacview.
our harm guys kind of got shot down when they kind of wandered low and got, I don't know what they were doing, but they got shot down, unfortunately. But the Maverick guys did fine.
And that's just a. Do you think like what was the major shortcoming of the mission? You can add it at the same time here if you want to say something. You don't have to if you can't think of any.
I think it's just the performance was kind of shitty. That's probably just the DCS fault with so many units and especially at the airbase. One thing we could potentially do is just have people take off from 2 bases instead of all at 1 base. It'll just
That is
help
also
the frames during the startup.
Noted. I'm writing that down. All right. Anything else you want to add? We'll go on to the next one.
I'm good.
Jedi one. Well, thank you. That's very wordy. Hello.
Sorry, it's coming out of my other speakers. Jedi 1, we had a great time. I feel like the performance was actually okay for us, except maybe a little bit, except the airport at the beginning. Otherwise, it seemed fine. 2 of us got shot down, and that's really sad, but that's okay. 2 of us made it back.
I am glad to hear it, dude. Nice work.
Good job.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add?
You're to be applauded for your 50%.
Yep.
50%. Given his peers.
Honestly, I feel like the mission wasn't too bad. It had a lot of excitement. We ended up engaging air to air when we really shouldn't have had to, but I made it out and I shot some stuff down. So hell yeah.
Devil 1.
Devil 1 isn't here, so I'll take over. Devil 2.
Okay.
Basically, it was solid for us. We got oopsed by a couple of SAMs. The cloud jack was just a little too low for us to really effectively employ our weapons. And the only big hiccup was the ATC at the start. I think from just hearing on the different radios, most of us were expecting the tower, and we didn't see it.
There appear to have been issues that Kilo was having with SRS.
Yeah,
or not SRS, but ATC.
How'd it go?
Well, it's good. Pontiac 1.
Let me deal with this.
I was going to just quickly say that the issues were not just with SRS and not ATC. It was also my computer decided the USB device I had my microphone plugged into should no longer work as a microphone.
Oh, jeez.
Pontiac 1, Red Claw. Yeah. Actually, I want to start with a question. Did we go the right way when you were first starting our taxi? Because everyone followed us, and I realized partway through I was driving on the apron and not the taxiway. But
yeah, we decided to just follow you after that.
All right, cool. Other than that, yeah, we lost all 4 of us, but we killed 2 fulcrums in return, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us was it was just very close quarters and could not exploit the strengths of the F-15 very well. Pontiac 2.
My pilot and I, Vaha, we had an aircraft failure, so the element lead ended up leading that mission, and that was King Crab. So King Crab, will you want to say anything? Is he here?
Yeah, we went up as a 3 ship, and we tried the whole back from firing, but eventually we were drawn in, and Xeno and Prime, I'm not sure what happened to them, but they took a hit. And Stranger, Luma, myself, and Madman cleaned up a few MiGs for revenge. I think the problem we had was that we were flying over the border, incurring it at times. So,
can I just say that's a top-notch groundwork by Kilo and the TACview there. That's a very neat and orderly. That's better than what I've seen fucking Batsim CTP events.
Better than Grim Reapers.
And that was all we were being shot at.
That was all uncontrolled.
That initial taxi was uncontrolled.
We had a really clear takeoff order, and everybody knew it. that helps a lot.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that was
Absolutely.
that was
Oh,
good
yeah.
because then that allowed something to fall back onto, like in case of communication issues.
Which we have.
Pontiac
Yeah,
3.
and I will continue to do those in the future. 2 weeks from now, I go back to working on Saturdays, unfortunately.
Pontiac 3 GWK, you here?
I'm here. Yeah, we came in behind the Hornets, behind the Devil Flight, and we were on our pylon turn in a bar cap, and we got vectored to two 29s that were on the opposite side of the border. We pursued them. By the time we got launch authority from the ABM, we fired, and we were immediately eviscerated by Lag and Sams. We were about 5-10 miles over the wrong side of the border. So our major shortcoming is that we popped the border badly.
I'm pretty sure you were chasing someone who'd already shot at our guys. That's why I pushed you that far.
Yep. Yeah, we were. I
Yeah.
saw a contrail, dude.
Infield 1.
Negative. I fired 2 ETs and Homeboy fired an ER and none of them connected.
The things that went well. The things that did not.
Was any fun had by infield?
I think a bit, yeah.
I'm glad some
Only
leaked.
one of 4 made it back, it looks like.
Okay, then Air Battle Manager Windmaker.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it brief. One, that's my first time doing this, and an insane amount of fun. So thank you. Any individual critiques, just PM me because I want to get better. So if I just PM me that stuff, I thought
Rather than PMing, let's formulate
chat or something.
each flight lead. Get like pertinent feedback, be it game or mission side, whatever it is, and then type it in a flight lead chat so it doesn't become like endless, like just 1 or 2 sentences here and there lost in the chat. So like type a feedback post if you just at all can. We'll also use that feedback for the next mission then. And then same thing, give it to him like, so it was his first time, so please be gentle.
I mean, I'm an adult. I can take it. I want to know how to improve. I thought the rules of engagement should have been a little clearer. After and it was tough for me as ABM to see which of them were shooting at us. So once a few of them started shooting, I was starting to push our guys back over to shoot them. We should have just tracked them right on the border. I don't think everybody was on or at least listening to the air channel. So like I tried calling, I think it was either Jedi or Devil to try to get you either away from something or see if you had any air capability, and it couldn't get you.
Yeah, we
that just
were.
maybe the
Yeah, Devil was on 262.
yeah, that would help, especially if I need to tell you guys about a threat. I also had 262. I was just trying not to use both.
Yeah, in
we
that
can't do
case,
both.
break in. Please break in. We had one guy go down to a 29 that we weren't aware of.
Yeah. So, but having if everybody can monitor both, that helps too.
We can't. We
We
only have
were
one.
out.
You can't. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
We
wasn't sure.
Yeah, we
Okay.
needed our radio plan there maybe.
Yeah, our radio plan was to have the primary radio on the strike channel and the secondary radio on a package channel, or rather, no, on a flight channel. So we didn't plan for having a radio on the air channel.
All right, so maybe something we can address, or maybe we'll figure it out. We'll get better. Big ups to Pontiac 2. They did yeoman's work. Is it possible to get the mission up earlier, but in like a pause state, so that myself, so the ABM and stuff can kind of get situated? Because I know as soon as it got launched, it was all going. Can that start pause, or is that not the way DCS works?
We can start at pause, but this pause does not work with all players. It's not a good idea generally.
Okay.
What we
Yeah,
can
I
do,
didn't know.
we can load the mission up earlier, and with Gentleman's Rule not have any planes join, and just have it so that there's that tripwire trigger that when the planes leave the airport, the mission essentially starts.
That could be helpful.
I'll get back to you about that.
Yep.
Kilo,
Matt can work with it, but thank you. That's it.
Kilo, you have any words? I know you had a bunch of difficulty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, other than words, or shouting at my computer, not really.
Okay.
A few people just keep, when you are in the airspace of the airfield, just keep an ear out on the ATC channel. Had a few people, and I just need to also pay attention to which program I have currently focused, because For SRS does not notice the push to talk when it's not in focus. So,
And then, as our very final feedback, would be you, per the commander, and who was also bulldozer.
Yeah, so I guess I kind of felt like a blind man driving a race car. Everything happened really fast, and it was kind of Dandy was giving me intel in one ear, and I was trying to vector folks on the other. So I know everybody kind of went in around ZZ, and then the dam became priority. So some guys kind of got split. So I apologize if you were kind of like, well, what the hell is going on? Why are we going here? Please let me know feedback in the post. Let me know how I can improve next time and be a little more effective. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with feedback and information because I know you're focusing on flying and accomplishing the mission. But in the next time, hopefully I can do a better job. Just tell me what I got to do to make that happen.
Was the Intel Dandy giving you the lyrics to Saint Anger by any chance?
Oh, Jesus.
You know, now that you bring it up.
Because that's not Intel.
As you guys can see on the live, disregarding the Saint Anger lyrics, you can see on the snapshot stream how kind of the overall game works. You can see that most of the Russians do stay on their side of the border, and we are staying on our. And there's not just missiles flying wildly back and forth. I say as they start firing, but
Can we zoom in a bit and follow some of the
Those
flight
are Sam.
to see how this actually played out?
but those are SAMs, and that's
Sure, let me pick up a flight lead and then I'll pull it in. Again, I don't usually run the tac view, so if you have a
you
better
can
way
see
of
there
taking
like
onto
how
a flight lead, let me know.
you can see there how Pontiac is.
Right now.
You can see how Pontiac does over the water, and they don't get engaged by those Su-33s, which is cool.
That is cool.
I'd like to know How about
uh,
we
killed
start with
Pontiac
Enfield flight?
before.
So that's where I
let me
wish
find
I wanted some
Enfield.
clear ROE because we were already being engaged. So I should have had Pontiac 2 turn north and just splash all that crap over the water because they had a pretty long line of sight. And they probably could have done a good job. But
You and the commander both, you can take executive decisions when it's about trying to save your own planes. Like you don't have to helplessly just rather break the rules than lose your planes.
no, I got you. I mean,
Self-preservation is always the first
I
concern.
mean, if you do anything shady, the only person you're going to have to answer to here is me.
Yeah.
He says from The Hague.
That is some tight formation flying by Enfield.
I was going to say, better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
So Enfield was initially vectored about 6 nautical miles downstream of Salt Lake. We started looking there. All that we saw were some destroyed tanks, it looked like. So we just started splitting up and looking around more. It sounded like we were told to avoid the dam. And then we couldn't see anything. So 1 and 2 started to go up towards the dam. I think that's where 3 and 4 already were. We saw some targets up there, and I was not proactive enough to ask if there were any friendlies in the area. And then I asked for targets again and was directed away from the dam back south, but unclear precisely where south I should have gone. So Enfield wasn't really sure where they should have been striking.
Yeah, I feel like that was the problem where we got into AO as the anti-tank and we're given a position where there wasn't much tanks to shoot, and then kind of loitered for a little while.
And with how the labels were, also it was labels were not effective at all for helping to spot any of the ground units. But we did have our thermal pod, so that helped a little bit.
We'll add side-based
mhm.
labels next time, so there'll be blue and green ones.
I mean, they existed, but only between like 300 and 370 meters. Anyway, Bonkers and I got shot down near the dam. So we're not sure what shot us down.
It'll show up on the tac view.
Yeah, so we could fast forward the tac view to that point.
One other thing that I think might help because Bonkers, sorry, we were having trouble hearing the ABM because there was a lot of stepping, like a lot of people stepping. Is it possible that we can change the SRS settings to like one transmit at a time instead of simultaneous?
I believe you can set it to act like full like duplex radio, where basically
You
if two
can.
people try
You
to
can.
transmit, it just goes full on like squealing until everyone shuts up.
Snapshot, can you go to Bonker's death after these guys are making their runs?
Who are you on now? Okay.
That was
on
Jazz, but
Jazz.
I lived the entire time, so
Yeah.
just me doing racetracks and killing tanks.
Same.
So
Okay,
Snapshot, if you
just
pull it
snapping
back a
to
bit.
you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Bonkers is dead by this point.
Yeah, Bonkers is dead already.
Yeah, I didn't go to the dam. I was staying in the middle there. I just don't know.
Okay.
Apparently it was an SA3, but I never actually saw it, and it never locked me.
Did the new people have fun?
Oh yeah.
I had a fucking blast as ABM, so.
Yeah, I need to work on some more fundamentals, but it was pretty neat.
It was a little difficult to follow at times, but it was definitely super fun.
And I will be looking to practice some more, so if we can get, a 2 or a 4 ship up at some point to do ABM stuff, I will,
I will
wanna work on
talk
that.
to you.
My
There's plenty of servers where you can log on right now and just direct pubbies around, and they'll love your help.
Yep. Hog
You can go to
it,
you can
through
hog
the
it.
Inferno.
Cold War.
Yeah.
We have
Cold War server. You can do that.
Yeah.
Just how the missile that got Bonkers there tracked on at least in the tacview representation here is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be like that.
I like those racetracks that the 25Ts are running. Those seem like a good way once you get on target. Just keep them coming.
Yeah, once you find a bridge, just do that.
Ooh. What was this?
Yeah, that's rough. We got to figure out what's up with that because that's rough. If you can see it in the
there it
top
is.
view.
Yeah, that's thing. Yeah, it's just funny. You can see the missile is missing because the Su-25 is lagging. Then it goes back. Both of them lag, and then the missile hits the Su-25 even though it's far away because the server
magic
finally.
bullet.
Yeah, because the
You
server
need to get-
finally registers the hit.
You need to get for that.
It's
Hey,
really funny.
there. Look up Snapshot, please. Look at that. That is really cool. How so many airplanes are on their side of the border, not shooting at each other. We're just gonna have to work on the other shortcomings.
but it's also like melting the server. I
Yeah.
mean, it does seem like people had fun though.
Yeah, I had
Okay,
a
and
ton of
then
fun.
Enfield
Which is the important
1-4
thing.
also I think got shot down at some point. Can we see that?
Do we know the final? Do we know the final BDA or the BDA of how we did?
I think that Corn's running the FAP right now.
Yeah, looking at
What, he's fapping?
It's no, it's a special utility. We can pull all the weapons and such fires and get a total breakdown.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna splooge a big long stream of bills and figures right into the chat.
You gotta spread it back and forth.
Is this a masturbation joke?
No, it isn't.
That's fucking
It's
disgusting.
several masturbation jokes.
Baha.
No, that's not.
Now
fun.
you're just
Put
playing
your head
Oh,
out of the
yes,
gutter.
sir.
Fucking roll up.
After we see this snapshot, can we see Stranger and Luma because they seem to have like 7 kills on the board, and they
this is
carry a total of 7 missiles.
Yeah, you got a little
Whoa.
too close there, Zeph.
Oh my god.
Damn. That could have got real ugly.
Unless I just
Right?
initial D out of there.
Can we center on the dam for all the flights that were hitting that? Because that was a really fun spot, to be honest. And I think for the most part, we were cycling pretty well on it.
Yeah, by the side of the dam garrison group has been attrited. They're no longer going to be combat effective, I don't think.
One thing that
I was gonna say.
Oh, that
Dead
dog.
seed. God damn.
Dead seed.
That Viper
I
shit.
don't. I'm not fucking around.
Doing some
Oh,
of that
Dead
very
seed
pirate shit.
living up to his name.
Very
Where are these
early on,
from?
I hit an SA-19 up at the dam, and I sort of assumed that was the SA-19 up there, not one of like 4, which surprised me and
There's a
probably
lot of
killed
shit
some
over
people.
there.
Oh. Here we go. We'll run Dead Seed here, and then I will hop over to Pontiac to Stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah, once
Zeph,
I got
if your-
Pontiac 2 in the fight, they did good work.
Zeph, your egress was a bit too short, so you kept coming in really early,
One.
getting target acquisition.
2, 3.
What was that? An Igla or what shot him?
That's 4.
I think that was the Tunguska. We're having trouble
Good
like
dodge.
picking it out to knock it out.
Yeah, that's a Tunguska.
Yeah. They're motherfuckers.
Okay, let me see if I can find Enfield here. Looks like most of your stuff is after this, so.
All right, I gotta go. Nice flying with you guys. This was fun.
Later, Bear.
Later, Bear.
Take it easy, man.
See ya.
Oh, there's what happened to Xeno Prime.
Do we get anyone?
So we're
Yeah,
we're
we did.
we're dog fighting. I don't know if you guys got anyone, but we're dog fighting. We're dog fighting, and Luminous Stranger
Technically, it's cat
saved
fighting.
us.
It's Tomcats.
All right, guys, I gotta go grill some burgers. I'm gonna take a look at our tacview later, and I'll do a write-up.
Who are we following?
We are following Stranger and Luma.
Who I believe are the aces off the server. Remember, Angel, that you take all the glory about this, even if you never made it off the ground.
So what happened to 2-4?
I'll hop to that in a second. We've got a couple more marks for something dying up here. And that's it.
Do we do the mix or no?
Nope, not yet. I'm just gonna take a look at 2-4 next.
Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. My bad. Dead Seed, good job with the Patriots. Best fireworks.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. We took off late and those things were popping like fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah, we were kind of sitting on the ground, kind of going, "Hey, Pontiac, get moving, get moving."
We were literally on the runway, and I knew it was about to happen, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I hope this doesn't stutter while we're taking off.
Oh, is this? I remember. Apparently, King Crab. I was head down at the time, unfortunately, but King Crab saw a skull get spunked right, like 100 feet off the ground or something.
Yeah, Patriot worked all right, it seemed.
I actually admit I was kind of afraid that they would, like, it would just be hopeless because I've seen videos of Patriots be underwhelming against missiles in DTS, so it's really good they actually did their job here. So
The like audio clip warning was pretty cool too.
Oh, mama!
No.
Mama!
I meant
heard
the
that.
like
I thought I had a YouTube
air raid siren. But sure.
I gotta
Was it
give
a
credit
spam
to
that cut
Dandy
off?
on that one.
Yeah. Looks like one of the Red 4 caps. You guys just got blapped across the border. Okay.
Do we get
what?
anything with our missiles? I know we
Nope.
fired twice.
Nope, they whiffed.
Did they shoot at us first? I mean, I know they shot the Scud, whatever. But did they actually engage us first on the border?
I don't know.
On shot first.
Well, somebody said they're going to go through and do a longer.
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
Details.
Because as ABM, I don't really get a good picture of when the MiGs were shooting. Because their missiles aren't logged into my system, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, what other flights did people want to see? Next was the MiGs, Pontiac 3. If I can find them. Unfortunately, this is a wee bit clunky to find a flight. There they are.
I think this is right when we start turning into them. Oh no!
Shit,
So,
you guys went deep.
So hold on. So these guys in front of us, those SU-27s, we were looking at them, but then we're like, oh, we're gonna cross the border. Let's turn off. So we locked each other up, but we didn't fire. Uh-oh.
Guys wiggling over there?
A little bit of lag stutter, at least from what my computer recorded. The master recording on the server may be a lot more slick.
So then we got called in for these guys in front of us. I think they're SU-34s now.
They are.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. And yeah, that's pretty much what it looked like on our end.
Oh no.
Just a missile flies by and then just a comma of flares flies out.
So apparently, so on my tacview, which I didn't see it on there, but apparently that SA-11 to the 1 o'clock low or 12:30 low, that's actually, it shot 3 missiles, but I never got an RWR warning for it.
Let's see this again.
Oh wait, you got shot from the back.
Oh, there's
Oh
the
no, there it is.
kills.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we never got warnings for those.
What gotcha?
The tacview says the same.
Yeah, they shot.
Oh, there it is.
So in my tacview, a different SA-11 fired at us. It wasn't that one. That's funny.
Either way, wiped. I kind of want to see what.
The one thing I will say though, the coolest thing though was flankers were looking at us, and we looked at them, and we were getting ready to shoot, and we were like, oh wait, they're over the border, and we don't want to cross it, so we turned away. That was kind of a neat moment.
Yeah, it's when I was still trying to keep some semblance of rules of engagement alive.
Yeah, I thought the rules of engagement worked really nicely. Enfield was staying on our side of the river, and I think the only things that were coming over were helos. You know, we didn't go over there, and we didn't get bothered by cap.
Okay, what flight wants to see theirs next?
We see the initial Jedi run-ins when we first started launching those maps.
Sure. Anyone in particular you want to see?
We were mostly bundled up.
Then I'll watch Sneep.
The run into the target area might be interesting too, just because that was where a lot of like we had to switch to air pretty quickly because we got some pop-ups on our HSD.
Yeah, it should actually be right after this orbit, I think, was when we started getting a bit tied up for the rest of the flight.
Hey, Snapshot.
Yep.
Tippis has the server side tacview if you want to grab that.
It's his upload saturated though. It'll take like 20 minutes to download.
About right here is where we had to transition. That's where
Whoa.
the R73.
Oh wow!
Did you just have a
Yeah, yeah.
SC-25 take a swing at you?
Yeah, he got hit.
Yeah, he actually
And so
quit.
that's when I
Ice Fit.
turned to engage and made that kill right in front of CB Gem.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Brave
that
little
dude just
S25.
like retasked on us pretty immediately and kind of spooked. It was kind of spooky because I think if I recall correctly, you got hit out of nowhere, right? Was that Sneap that got hit?
No, I didn't get a hit.
Ah.
We're
There's,
watching me though.
Yeah, it was Ice was the one that got popped. Is this your RTB, Sneap?
No, not my RTB. I
Was
just
just
go back
oh
to
the long. Oh right, that's when
yeah.
we pulled back.
We got spooked because we immediately got jumped when we got there, so we flew away for a little bit to give our fighter sweep some more time to shoot stuff down. Because I was down to one missile at this point.
Fist.
And I wasn't vectoring fighter to sweep onto the AC-25s yet because they were just attacking ground targets up until now. So I didn't know at this point. I didn't know that the AC-25s were as big of a threat as they were.
Best dog fighter in the game.
They really are.
I mean, if it flies, vector onto it.
Well, I mean, like most of the cap was busy with MiGs. So I don't know that I could have done anything. But I forget what flight this is, Jedi or whatever. If you said that those were the ones that engaged
we were on the
you,
ground freak, so like we wouldn't have heard you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the ABM, if you see something that's absolutely shitty, jump in on the other freak and just let us know.
Please.
Well,
we originally had we originally put one of our guys onto the air ABM as well, just so we'd have a heads up. But then there was nothing really happening there, so we all flipped over to the ground ABM.
So what I'm saying is I didn't know that happened because I was busy controlling the cap guys.
Saturated.
So
Yeah,
in
we were alone
theory,
anyway.
in a perfect world, one of you would have shouted like, "Hey, we're getting engaged by AC-25s," and then I would have said, "Oh shit," and got someone onto you. In theory, I mean, again, who knows if it would have worked out in reality? But yeah, but I guess you could have
Those guys
passed
died
that to
and we
you.
reset, so
Yeah,
turned out okay.
that's the issue with planes is that even on the F-18, we're still limited in number of radios we have that can operate for all the packages. So if we're going to be a strike package, it's unlikely we're going to have a frequency set on the air-to-air channel.
Yeah,
Well,
Even
we're
worse
going
with
to have
other
to work
planes.
and put like 3 on the air channel.
You do
and
have the
split
advantage of
comms
having
that way.
mids.
Yeah, we do have the mids, which is amazing. The
Yeah,
problem
top
is that
mids you can have with your own group.
And I was listening to the ground, so you could also shout out for help there. And maybe you did, and I missed it because I was, it was
Yeah,
a loud moment. Or you could have passed it through Uper, and he could have told me because we have the intercom too.
But yeah, honestly, the thing is, we had the ground package for flight and also the flight package. In a situation like this, if somebody that's on another radio spots, they can either jump on the flight channel or on the package channel. But for the future, to avoid problem, we should probably have one of the two radios just monitoring the air channel.
I think honestly the best way to do it, just for in cockpit, how much you have to do. If you report a pop-up air-to-air problem on the ground on the ground freak on the strike package, they should be able to confer that to the air-to-air. So you just call it out on the ground frequency.
Yeah,
and then
Uper could have got
they
it to
do
me.
the handle.
Yeah.
Watching all these Mavericks go in is pretty awesome. Good job, Jedi, and also the Froggies. Then a bunch of air shows up again, and I just shot out my missile and didn't go anywhere, and I was out. So I fucking get out of there in RTB because I didn't want to get shot down from behind, like all my teammates did.
Yeah, I got
Hey,
smacked.
Holy
hey, what do you-
shit!
all your teammates. I dodged like
Meanwhile,
9
those
missiles.
C-130 is just hanging out there.
I guess Dead Seeds is there too.
And I didn't jettison my shit. Just because I know
Um,
Burnt will yell at me.
It
Yeah, I didn't
appears at that moment, Sneep, you were on Dead Seed 6.
I was flying away.
I was
I was out
surprised.
of missiles.
I'm surprised the air when they engaged you and you guys ran, they didn't engage me as well while I was making my racetracks on the dam.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Maybe we're too low.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was masking on the mountains to the north, so that was pretty helpful.
After that, I go an RTB and rearm, and then I take off, and halfway there, back to the AO, I get the order to RTB, and it's got to land with a full armament. It's fun. We managed to make effective use of our Mavericks. I feel Jedi Flight. We were all hitting them. Here's Dead Seed's amazing attempt at trying to shoot something that was in front of him with an aim 9 that he fails.
It wouldn't lock that fucking frogfoot up there. I had to come around on him again. I don't know why it wouldn't lock on him.
Yeah, and I remember those two
Got him.
frogfoots kind of snuck through, and a bunch of the strike package jumped them. So thanks for that. I couldn't get any air-to-air fighters over there. They were all.
I heard
busy.
the call,
Okay.
but I didn't know they were that high up.
I was actually
Yeah, they're really high up.
I was bingo fuel and I was looking to go back, and then I noticed like Mashed was also tied up with one, so I tried to check. I think we double teamed him with a couple aim 9s, and then we both went and landed.
Oh, it looks like the Hawks helped you out.
There you go.
There was definitely some puffs happening for sure.
And then you cut in front of him. That's very rude.
And then Mash and I were ready to leave, and we couldn't see the AWACS coming in. And we're like, "What is that coming? Like, is he on final? Like, can we leave or not?" And then we realized, like, oh, that's probably not a plane we should challenge down the runway. We were pretty much RTB. I still had like one bomb, one aim 9, but once we gassed up, Mash and I both head back to Tbilisi. And Kilo, thank you for not yelling at me like Jabby does when I approach the airfield at 55,000 feet, Mach 1. You just very, very calmly told me to come down.
Okay. Is anybody left from Weasel Flight that wants to see what's happening?
I'm still here. I would definitely like to see my death. Let's see.
Sorry. Yep. Okay. Let's find you dying.
I think I survived because I did the frog thing where I lost my nose wheel on takeoff. So I think that's why I got the lucky SU-25.
It's a ways in. I actually had a pretty good run at the beginning with, first trying to get visual on that frogfoot that ends up getting killed right in front of me, and yeah, it was a bad AMRAAM shot on that.
Oh, what is that missile going? That
The
missile
frogfoot,
doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, it just didn't turn. Just went stupid immediately. And then I picked him back up, the frogfoot, and was turning with him in clouds when
when he stole your
kill. I dealt with it.
Absolutely stole the kill.
Yeah, and because I only had AMRAAMs, I was going to guns, and then, got my kill stolen. That was an SA-19. It was a good shot. And then, for most of the flight, I just patrol along the northern half of the border, occasionally taking shots at SAMs when the HTS gives me good targets.
Were you able to lock on to much? I was
I was able to lock stuff every time. What I didn't have very often was stuff to lock. The HTS just wasn't seeing targets. And then later on, after I thought basically the radar SAM threats on the border were dealt with. So I dropped below the clouds to help try to look for stuff with the targeting pod. Did not succeed at doing that at all. But I, wander around more. And then some of the MiG-29s, red MiG-29s, get pulled closer and closer, and we're coming up on my death here, where that one decided I didn't want to live, shouldn't live anymore. But I never crossed the border, So whoever said they watched me cross the border on the F10 map, I call shenanigans.
I would be
crossed the
interested in
border.
seeing my death.
Sorry, this is
Alcanar.
okay. No, you were inside the border.
Yeah.
Oh, is that me there?
No,
that
that
was
was
me.
Yeah,
okay. Let me find you. What was your call, Alcanar?
Pontiac 1-2-1-3.
Pontiac 1-3.
Yeah, that one F14 was really mixing up with that Flogger over there, or Fulcrum.
I think I had just told you forget chasing that guy, and you were like, "Well, I just fired a missile." So did you just leave your wingman to get shot as you turned away? Did you just lose your wingman there like 30 seconds ago?
I think I'm dead for that period. I think I've been hit by something. Why? What's happening? I think at this point he's long dead. Yeah. Well, it's we've turned away. We both get shot at. He's dead. I rejoin with 1-1. At that point, we're the only two left. I think this is me vectoring. Yeah, we cross paths. Yep, that's 1-1 formed up on me, and then we sort of run past each other, and then any second now.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just
second
he takes a
before.
snapshot at me as he's vectoring in on you, whoever that fest
There
is.
we go. There's the shot, and he dies a second later.
And then Mig, right in the middle, just killed like 2 dudes.
Okay.
Yeah,
If I
there's.
can-
It looks like there's a couple of hero MiGs that just do a circle and spit off 3
Yeah,
missiles.
they
Yep.
did that a lot. They just snapshot everything.
Yeah, I just want to see the wheels fall off here. We had like 4 guys go down in about half a second.
So one thing, Uber was talking on the radio about we might have to pull back, and I think if you had pulled the trigger on that maybe 2 minutes sooner, you would have saved like 6 jets.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, me and you were. I think we need some tripwires for ourselves to be like, okay, we're taking X amount of losses, let's call it, or they're going crazy, let's push across the border.
I made the
Would have
exact
helped
same
us.
mistake the first time I ABM'd. I was like, things are getting a little hairy, but I think they can pull it out. And then they, in fact, did not pull it out. They got fucking creamed.
And
if I
we
had
can set
just
those-
gone with my instinct, most of the flight would have made it back.
And we can set those in mission planning too. Like, okay, if you lose half of Pontiacs, we're done. Or if you lose, 2/3 of whatever, so we'll set those in the planning stages, so that way everybody agrees that's the casualty tripwire or whatever. Especially because this is if this was a one-off mission, who cares? But if it's a
There goes
campaign,
the first one, the second
Nice
one,
shot.
the third one, and the fourth one. It's literally just blap, 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 and there goes half the flight.
Yeah.
I wonder if the initial racetrack points for Cap were just too close to the border, because we had a lot of long range assets, and it felt like it was merged pretty quick.
Well, yeah, the Pontiac 2, the F-14s were actually told to get closer to the border, which was not great because we were already 25 miles away from the border.
I think there was
Anybody
also
else have
fear
anything
that
that needs to see or
our
wants
ground,
to see?
the strikers would have gotten really creamed if they had gone in without any air cover at all there.
Yeah, true. I'm just worried about Cap flights getting dragged over the border in front of their SAMs. That's what got a lot of people in the beginning. It seemed like.
Does anybody who worked on the scripting know when Red Air crosses the border, did they just go weapons hot on everything?
Depends on which Red Air.
In this case,
there were a couple that were meant to break the border and cause havoc. There were a couple that were meant to challenge, and if you shot at them, they would get angry. And then the rest were meant as soon as you broke the border, they would aggro, but as soon as you went back over, they would go back to their racetracks.
Gotcha. Were all the like aggressive ones spawned right away at the beginning?
No, they come like an hour in or something like that.
Okay. So
there's
that's
very, very few that would break. The MiGs were definitely saber rattling. Like they would get right to the edge of the border and they would even potentially just breach as they were turning around because they are trying to goad people into letting them get into a fight.
Especially because the border isn't a straight line, so they were definitely they were getting over the river.
They would definitely dip in, but that's a very Russian thing to do.
Yeah.
Just to go, no, we weren't. We were close to the border for sure, but we definitely weren't over the border. Not sure why you were locking us up.
Which again, part of me thinks we should have just sent in the AMRAAMs and just slashed them all.
I mean, if the wreckage lands on the Georgian side, then you can say that they were in Georgia when it hit, for sure.
Just set my target size to small and launch a Twiz shot at Phoenix. They'll get like 5 seconds to react.
Yeah, I was actually going to set my target size to small and launch a Phoenix at Jay's penis.
I got to jump off, find some food. Thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun. First time, long time. Looking forward to how we can improve it.
Yeah, thanks very much.
If
Vaha, you still here?
I am indeed here.
Closing comments?
No, I'm having an existential crisis, feeling the burden of if everybody had fun.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it seems like
that much.
I had fun, Vaha.
Did anybody not have fun?
Vaha didn't. That's why he thinks no one else did.
No, I had fun. I was really frustrated that I failed Angel because for some
What was your
unknown
issue? Were you
VR,
playing with
I don't know.
random failures on or something? And your
No,
plane
like
failed, or
no,
what?
like she retconned it. Like it was caused by as I would click in the F-14 cockpit, my Steam VR would crash. My game wouldn't crash, so I would still see the stock picture on my flat screen. But my Steam VR would crash the very moment I would spawn in the F-14 cockpit. And I reinstalled Steam VR. I deleted FXOs and meta shaders. I restarted my computer several times. I added my page file to be 33 gigs. I did everything after like the most common like DCS fixes. I could get in the cockpit in single player. Just for some reason, in multiplayer, I fucking could not get in there. And so I couldn't take my flight lead up to the sky.
If it makes you feel better, I think we all had more fun without you in the game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, nobody yelled at me. It was great.
That made me feel
Or
better
Angel.
right away.
Well, we could have used Angel. We could have used Angel, but Vaha, yeah, it was bad. No, I'm kidding. Fucking kidding.
Honestly, as Vaha said, did anybody have any concerns? Like, this was something that broke the game for me, other than Vaha's computer.
I mean, just reiterating, get with Enigma and myself, like, because we do think that lot ATC has a lot to do with the issues, the performance issues. There's a big discrepancy how we're using it on our server and how it's running here, and it will probably be, you'll probably get double the performance by disabling the ground unit returns server side.
I think we need to use packet tracer.
Oh yeah.
Or Wireshark.
Do we have any
But
A certified people here?
I'm very happy that people seem to have fun because this Let's Play, all the effort I put in this is to make more people fly and people have fun. the turnout is bigger than we've seen in years, and hopefully most of these guys stick around.
Oh, I'll
Go-
definitely be around for the next one unless something happens that I can't. But
I think we are calling at least 1 or 2 slots out of the next one, so it's going to be first come first serve very soon. Such is the way of Tarkov and DCS.
Thanks very much for
the
setting it
comment-
up, and same with all the
But-
mission makers and ABM. Thank you guys.
Most of
and
the
the
hard work was
content
done by
makers,
this.
too.
Yeah, that's it. Is the
Dead
we're going to look
Sea,
into a lot
Andy,
ATC thing,
Madman.
so that's it. That's yeah. We're going to look into a lot ATC.
No, a snapshot was.
No, I was just saying Dead Sea, Dandy, Vaha, Madman. Yeah, thank you all. You guys put a lot into this. So
I actually did technically nothing.
Thank you,
You
Dan,
had
for doing
input.
nothing.
I did nothing. I did not do actually any of the work.
Yeah, the labor was like dead seed, and then we'd give a little bit of feedback, dead seed tweak, a little bit of feedback, dead seed tweak. So 95% was, I think, him.
I mean, Dead Sea did tap out to me and Dandy for, like doctrine and composition and that sort of feedback, like reference stuff.
Yeah, little shit like that. But in terms of actually making the mission, I think, yeah, it was a lot of him.
yeah, well, Dead Seed
Look at the
was the
bright
guy who
side.
programmed it.
Look at the bright side, Vaha Angel. You lived.
This is
You at
true.
least lived.
This is true.
As we hopelessly sit on the ground watching people die.
That's it. That's your. You have to RP that now. You RP. The jet was down, and now the two of you are back for vengeance.
What I would say about like the parts that didn't work out well and that did, like dying, like even getting a ship pushed in like we kind of did, that's actually fine in my opinion. Like that's just how it goes, and that's interesting for the Let's Play. It's very unexpected, but that's cool. The only part that I think was actually a problem was the performance stuff, but we'll get that figured out, and it won't be a problem in the future.
I would ideally want it to be so that most people don't die. Like, I don't
Well,
want
sure, but,
missions
like-
where most people don't die.
Yeah,
What
it's
I'm
great
saying
when
is
we have
don't-
wars where people don't die. That's
Don't take that as like a
realism.
failure. It's just like
It's not realistic, right? Like NATO cannot tolerate operations where most of the planes are lost. Like that's it. Like if this happens, this is it. NATO posts out, Georgia
I mean,
falls on its own. Like
we know the
like,
most realistic answer, which is "fuck you, Georgia, get shit kicked in, and we won't intervene."
Yeah,
You're not in NATO. You're not in NATO. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why that's the most realistic. But
yeah, like there's no way NATO or European Union could handle this kind of loss of airframes. Like every single European Air Force would pull out at this moment, be like, "Fuck that, fuck Georgia,
I
never
really,
heard of."
I really don't think the Finnish guy should talk to us about what NATO would or wouldn't do.
I feel like Boeing can guarantee these losses. They're ready to make more planes.
Yeah, the military-industrial complex won today. The stocks are fucking soaring.
Stocks are soaring, even as we speak across Europe. Politicians are being quietly introduced into back rooms by suspiciously wealthy Americans with briefcases, saying, "We'd like to make your re-election a little easier." That would explain the suspiciously high political will to keep going.
Mentioned a great time to invest in ejection sheet features, and
the F-35.
That's a really good joke.
Yeah, a bunch of European nations will be definitely moving the timeline up on the F-35 purchase with the recent gaps in the roster. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to a different voice channel, and all those who are on the campaign planning voice chat, join me so we can start fighting.
I will join you
I'll
in
see you
about.
there.
I'll join you in 10 minutes. I'm gonna grab a bowl of cereal real quick.
Before you
You're
all
getting
you
monster.
fuckers who set this up go, thanks for doing all the work.
Thanks for showing up
thanks,
and having a good
Thank
time.
you. Thank you guys for
You guys
showing up.
having fun is why we do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Can all agree. Fuck Snape.
I lived, motherfuckers.
Signing off.
Neeb, I never even heard of her.
I can't wait for my medal, Vaha.
Yeah, where's my medal for being fucking badass?
Uber is responsible for writing up all the awards.
Oh yeah, I'm on it. Don't worry about it, guys.
Make sure you check
So
out Jedi
many
1-1.
purple hearts.
I didn't expect Sneep to be the guy who survives, to be honest. I'm going to be real honest, but there he is. He's the
Okay.
fucking chosen one.
Everyone in my flight spent hours this week practicing and checking out those strike.
Yeah, you
making
just
sure we
fucking
can do it.
showed up.
I just showed up. I was like, what are we doing? Okay, I'm going to smoke this bowl and then let's fly. And it worked.
You were relaxed, that's why.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Peace.